0-10, that was Gainesville High's 1991 record, one many a Purple Hurricane fan would like to forget. But as 1992 blows in, so do the winds of change. Instead of last year's inexperienced team, this season's squad will have 15 returning starters.
Yeah, we've got a lot of young kids that came up from the JV program. We've got some of our kids that were on the varsity last year that worked over the off-season, gained some weight, and that's the thing that makes us stronger, especially overall numbers. We're up from about 30-something last year on the varsity to 48. We have quite a good numbers, I think somewhere around 15, 16 starters or people that have started at position on the varsity last year.
Gainesville's offensive attack will center around a running game rich in depth. Senior Kenny Bynum and junior Darrell Willis should lead the ground assault, with Shedrick Burley, Corey Williams, Travis Cheek, and Ernell Kelly also grinding out the yardage.
Well, our formation is designed where you can get through the holes very quickly as often as you can.
Also has potential, with 6'3", 190-pound junior Ben Goldberg moving from linebacker to starting quarterback. Goldberg's size and arm strength should give dimension to an already talented backfield.
Yeah, we're running an I offense this year. We're going to
on the show.
I don't mind, and everybody on the team psyched up, and we're just ready to get back at every team.
Look for an improved Kane defense in 1992 with 8 starters returning. The experienced nucleus will be at linebacker, where seniors Trey Tinney, Chris Boone, and Aaron Gregory should haunt opposing offenses.
We've gotten a lot bigger, and we've gotten more.
Lead over GHS last season, hopes to be lifted as the Purple Hurricanes eye a victorious reign over District 4-4A. Gainesville High. Now, what can we say about this year other than these guys got to improve from their 0-10 season last year? Coach Arnett comes in with a lot of returning players on both sides of the ball, a new quarterback in Ben Goldberg, big kid. Is Goldberg going to be able to direct this offense this season?
It was really hard to tell from the jamboree, but he looked good. He looked very poised. He didn't get a chance to show off his arm or any of his other abilities, but he looked poised. He kept the team very focused. The big thing, luxury that Goldberg had, is having Kenny Bynum and Darrell Willis. I mean, Willis was an all-Cox fullback last year, and Kenny Bynum looked electric. He looked like he earned the title feature back in the jamboree. Can't wait to see him during the season.
Okay, buddy, what about this Gainesville offense? Is it going to be an explosive one this year? Can we see passing, or are they going to stick to the run-oriented scheme?
They can't help but be better. They were shut out 5 times and scored 1 touchdown in 4 games, I think, last year. They're going to be better. They still have to prove that they can stick it in the end zone, probably to everybody else and to themselves, because they've been impressive in the jamboree, but they haven't been able to score with their offensive crew. But it looks better. Coach Arnett still likes to run the ball. So I think Goldberg he'll do just fine as a quarterback. He's got those 2 guys to go to, and they need to work things out with their offensive line and get that cranked up. But they'll be much improved, and it's a junior team. They got caught in a cycle where they had so many seniors 2 years ago with a 9-2 club and caught in a cycle where they were all JV sophomore kids. Now they're a bunch of juniors. They'll be better this year, and even better, I think, in 93.
And that experience will also carry over onto the defensive side of the ball, especially at the linebacker spot. What can we expect there?
Now, on paper, I like the defense, but unfortunately on the field for the jamboree, they were missing a lot of tackles, and there's a lot of big plays that were going against them. Santa Fe had a real long pass to Robert Jones. The defensive back position was kind of rough, but linebacker is a strength. You got Trey Tinney, Chris Boone, a couple guys we mentioned last year on our All-Cox team, and Jeremy Titus really stood out in this jamboree. I mean, he did a good job of tackling runners as they're coming through the tackle area, and he really looks like he can be very physical and a big force there for him.
And what do you think about the defense, buddy? Is it going to be a solid defense this year? Is there going to be a lot of soft spots in there? What can we expect?
I don't know. I think both sides of the ball, they need to get a good start to the season. They need to get a win early. And I think that holds for the offense or the defense over there. They played reasonably well early last year, but lost games, and then it kind of folded up on them towards the end of the year, and they weren't close in some games late. They just need to have some success early. That'll be the key to their season, probably.
Okay, as we look down the road, is this team a possible district contender? Maybe not this year, but a year after. What do you think?
A year after, probably, because as Buddy alluded to, the senior cycle they're caught up in right now. Next year, yeah. This year they're going to be a lot better, and they can't help but be better. One of the big signs I thought was at the Jamboree. I heard a real strange sound during the game, and it was cheering the Gainesville High School Purple Hurricanes, and you just didn't hear any of that last year. And a lot of enthusiasm. I think they're going to be a club, with their athleticism that might surprise a few people.
How about the Canes, an up-and-comer?
So yeah, they're definitely an up-and-comer. They'll be much better. They'll be competitive, and it's a 3-team district. You just got to knock off Ocala Forest and Ocala Vanguard. That can be done. I think Vanguard's a little down from what we hear. Forest is going to be a solid team, but neither one of those teams are unbeatable. So it could be 0-10 to district champion in 1 year. That'd be kind of a shocker, but it could probably happen with Gainesville High School as easily as anybody else.
Okay, great. Stick around as we take a look.